Yeah.
So my regret would be not being able to read social cues very well. And there was one time in particular that will still be with me because it was the most embarrassing moment of my life. It was the day that I accidentally fondled my dentist. Now I know you're all thinking, actually I don't know what you're all thinking, so let me hurry up and say this so I don't seem crazy. Freshman year of college, I'm coming back from a dinner with a girlfriend of mine, walking in town, down the street. I wish I could really blame this on a whole bunch of booze, but I can't. We just had water that day, so I can't use that as an excuse. So we're walking down the street, and up ahead of me, I see two couples coming out of a restaurant. And they're kind of chit-chatting with each other. Two older gentlemen and two older women. And I slowly realize that I recognize the man. And I lean over to my friend and I say, "Oh my God, that's my dentist." She kind of looked at me weird because it's not a weird thing to see your dentist. I mean, go up and say hi to him, whatever. Well, I'm not an avid dentist goer. I'm very ashamed to say that. So I hadn't been to the dentist in a really long time, but I knew him, my family knew him. I'd been going there since I was a little kid. So obviously he would recognize my face if he saw me. Maybe he wouldn't remember my name, but he would surely recognize my face. So I'm kind of freaking out because I'm not really good in these situations anyway. I'm kind of the queen of dodging people that I don't want to see or awkward situations. I will run behind a tree or jump in the nearest dumpster next to me, whatever I can do to just avoid the situation. Well, on this particular night, there was no tree, there was no dumpster. I could not avoid this situation coming up in front of me. So as we approach, we get closer. There's nothing I can do. He recognizes my face, and I just yell out, "Hi," I'll just call him Bob because heaven forbid he sees this or anyone goes to him. So, "Hi, Bob." He says, "Hi. I think he's going in for a hug." He's not going in for a hug, which would be weird, right? Why would my dentist hug me if I didn't know him very well? A handshake would seem appropriate. So I think he's going to hug me. So I go in for the hug. Okay, and I want to explain this because it's kind of like that moment, when someone says, "Oh, you see the love of your life standing in front of you and time stops around you." And it's like a movie, everything becomes in slow motion. That is exactly what this was like. And it can only be described as the most uncomfortable, awkward situation of my whole entire life. So I'm going in for the hug, feels like forever, it's happening in seconds. I glance down as I'm going in for the hug, and I see his hand rising up. There's nothing I can do now. I can't retract my arms. It would just be very weird. So he goes in, I go in, we make contact. His hand is kind of touching and feeling. Maybe you could even say my dentist felt me up a little bit. I'm in for the hug. We're locked on each other. He tries to put his arm back up because I'm going in for the hug, and I'm trying to take my arm out because he goes in for the handshake. So maybe from a distance, it almost looked like we were dancing with each other, which was not what was happening. So after that, very awkward, pull back. I look over to his wife. She probably thinks we're having an affair or something. Very awkward. I look over to my friend, and she just has this look on her face like she just saw the most disgusting thing happen in front of her. So we walk away, kind of silent for a little, and she said, "Wow, Nick, I didn't know you knew your dentist all like that." And I said, "I don't. I thought he was going in for a hug, and he wasn't, and it was so weird. That's what I thought I had to do. I thought I had to hug him." So she's silent for a minute, and then she says, "What the hell would you have done if you thought he was going in for a kiss?" And honestly, I really don't know what I'd probably be standing here right now and telling you that I made out with my dentist. So after that, needless to say, I had many cavities that were not filled for a very long time after that. Thank you.